Big ass jaw. That's what you get when you mix a West African with a Welsh, Irish genetics, right? You get a big ass head, big ass jaw, big round ass face. But yeah, loyalty. Yeah, loyalty. It's difficult to find loyalty in the corporate, specifically in the corporate space. Everybody knows that. But I was talking before I got cut. I was saying that close friends, man. You grow up with. They know the code of the streets, man. Okay, people fucking know the code of the streets. If we all out here, we doing this crazy shit. We young ass, gangsta ass motherfuckers, man. If you get fucking caught, that's on you. You don't try to drag the next motherfucker down, okay? So this whole mentality of people snitching and dragging everybody else down with them, that shit is not recent because I'm telling y'all, close fucking friends. When we got older, they said to me that the only reason I was successful, basically, is that I was lucky, and that's it. So, you know, it wasn't that I passed like a gang of fucking physics and chemistry classes. It wasn't that I fucking was constantly searching my heart to figure out how can I survive this bullshit that I'm dealing with every day. Fucked up family situation, fucked up, life from fucking age 8 or 9 or 10 on up. Fucked up society I'm in because being brown already, it's like, well, the reason you fucked up is because your soul is fucked up. Okay, that's what you get from the motherfuckers around you that ain't brown. All right. Now, and these people know, they know this. They grew up with you. There's the other niggas that grew up with you. Okay. And after all is said and done, and my daddy dead, my brother dead, I want to say, what, nigga? Do you want me dead too? Would that make you happy? And then you get the bag, you get what I got. Is that what you want? Because that's what I see. That's what I see. That people don't realize that they don't see you. They see the shit you got. And look, everybody does this. Everybody fucking runs around here flexing this shit, bro. It's a fucking game. But you gotta know it's a game. See, the deal with me, I know this is a fucking game. I know these are chess pieces on the board. I don't give a fuck about none of it. Okay? That's the reason, most likely, I got it. Because I don't give a fuck. I care about the process that got me there. Wisdom, compassion, intelligence. You see what I'm saying? Know thyself. That's what I care about. And the result of that is this. But, all this shit about throw, fuck your boy, hate on your boy. And the problem is y'all don't say this shit. You won't say, fuck you, nigga, because you got what I don't have. What you will do is you will play these fucking games. For instance, every about 50% of the male nurses I've worked with, I've noticed, have a fucking chip on your shoulder. For doctors and people in higher positions, okay? And the way it plays out is when everything is cool, and as long as the doctor is pretty much walking on fucking water and curing people by laying of hands like Jesus, it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then here comes the jokes. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna try to find some reason to justify why you wanna fuck with them. Alright? I don't deal with this a lot, but I have dealt with it on occasions in the past. And I notice it. Because for me, I'm I'm trying to find that higher plane, man, where I can function in a community of like-minded people that simply want to help people and they want to build a fucking healthy community that we can all spiritually grow in. But when you take this shit into corporate, and the military is one of the worst places, man, because the competition is pretty fierce. You already got competitive individuals, and I'm not even saying that competition is bad. I'm saying that the attitude gets to be toxic, a toxic fucking attitude, cravings, ego, and all this shit. And the problem with that is it doesn't breed loyalty. Okay? It doesn't breed true loyalty. And what it means is that somebody always has to fucking be the bigger person or the shit falls apart. Okay? This happens in marriages, this happens in companies. You know, the whole reason the CEO got somebody next to him or her is because if the CEO misses something, doesn't see something, I call it redundancy, it gets picked up. There is no expectation that a CEO is going to never, ever make a mistake. But in America, we play this fucking game that if you make a certain amount of money, well, that means, oh, you don't make mistakes. And you see it play out in the mentality of the media, right? Well, you're a fucking president. That means you don't make mistakes. That's bullshit. Okay? But everybody bought into this fucking attitude that because somebody got some fucking fake ass money to give you and take your service, because what's really valuable? The fake ass money or my fucking lifetimes with the S of wisdom to acquire the skill that you desire. Okay? So everybody bought into this bullshit and it's created an environment of the people that are older and spiritual, they're gonna adapt a certain way. But the people who are basically, I'm gonna tell you how I feel now. And you can say I'm fucked up, you can say I'm wrong, okay, but I'm just telling you how I feel. And I'm growing like the rest of y'all. So, I acknowledge every day that I can make a mistake, that I may not be seeing the truth. But understand something. If me as a black man has come to this conclusion that I am constantly not seeing reality the way it is, and I need to check myself, it's partly because America made damn sure, niggas, you gonna stay in your place. All right? Do you understand where I'm coming from? So the higher ground that I chose on my own to try and live my life on is out of necessity and desire. Okay? There is a portion of this world, there is no necessity. All right? You don't have to. You can live that life if you want, or you don't. But what's pawned off, what's sold to us, is that the people that don't have to live their life like that are automatically perfect because of who the fuck they are. And half of you motherfuckers believe that shit because you've been brainwashed by the same system that's fucking with me. Okay? That's the problem with living in a completely materialistic, ego-based, imperialist fucking system. Even the motherfuckers that don't want to look. I was talking to a brother earlier today, and we both were saying something to the effect of, "Should we live in a different country?" And that is serious shit. We talked about Marcus Garvey. We talked about, can you ever in this country, as a person of color, because look, this walking on water shit and being perfect shit, it's just too much, man. Everybody needs a squad that's gonna have your back on good days and bad days. And as a person of color, when you done gone through the wars that we go through in our life, when most of your fucking family is dead, you know, This because of the reasons that we don't have time to talk about, not just because you're fucked up, you're lucky to be alive, you're lucky to have money, nigga. Because most of you don't. I mean, come on. I mean, how much of this shit is a person gonna go through before they just say, you know what, fuck this shit? And the spiritual person is not gonna say fuck it. They're gonna find the higher ground. Okay? But look, I'm not one of these step and fetch ass niggas. I'm not. And you can tell that about me, okay? And the reason I am where I am is because I'm not. I choose to find the higher ground. I choose to say, look, where is the environment where I can grow, I can serve you, but you know what? Somebody gonna have my back too. People will have your back and still have a fucking chip on their shoulders. Okay? That's what I'm saying. We all have to put in a certain amount of work, man. And in this country, this perception that just because you have a certain amount of zeros behind your salary, you're the only person that has to fucking act in a mature fashion all the fucking time. I don't know. I think it's a short-sighted way of approaching building, because what's going to happen is you're always going to have masters and servants. That's it. That's the system you got. It's built on master servant. Okay, except it's a very strange mix where all the servants want to be masters and have a lot of the masters want to say, fuck this shit. It's weird. It's understand we come from a system of titles: Duke, Lord, Lady, blah blah blah. And so if you get a title, oh shit, you must walk on water. I never signed up for none of that shit. That shit is being projected onto me because that's the system that I live in. Okay, so it's just strange, man. Like, I gotta talk about this stuff because this is the part where I have to put in the work on. Okay, like I can sit back in my achievements and just be quiet, just kill myself, because that's still going to be required. But kill yourself quietly and just take the check and go home, nigga. That I could do that, or I could say, look, man, despite all of my flaws, I still see in this system this jockeying constantly for position, because everybody low key wants to be Lord so and so, Lady so and so, Duke of Earl, or what the fuck ever, man. And I'm just telling you, like, and I'm not telling you I haven't been brainwashed by the same fucking system. But how do we fucking get out? How do we find our way out of this shit, man? How do we find our way? Everybody who serves with us, we all take a fucking certain amount of responsibility for the thing, and not put everything on a certain group's fucking shoulders all the time, man. Ex-slaves, fathers, mothers, whoever, CEOs, I don't know, whoever. I'm just asking questions, man. Because I, I want to learn. And when they get tested, I guarantee you it will turn out differently than when a spiritual person who's trying 100 goddamn percent. The perception is that I think everybody thinks they're putting in 100%, but you can tell by the history, by the fruits, by the reaction, okay, whether everybody's really putting in 100%. And what I'm saying is, throwing money up the fucking chain is saying all you motherfuckers need to be more responsible part. It's gonna fall apart. It's gonna turn into a country that has no the leadership can't save a country that's short-sighted, that doesn't realize the basic humanity has to always be enforced. Okay, you have to always have a system that respects everyone's basic humanity. The person on the bottom, the top, because these are the terms y'all use. I don't believe in this top bottom shit. I'm just who I am. Okay, I grew up like that. All right, and if I'm being, I don't believe in that shit because I didn't brainwash by a system that believes in that shit. I don't want no parts to that shit. All right, we have to find a way, man, to teach our. Look, I was talking to somebody the other day about mathematics. So it's okay to teach kids this reverse mathematics bullshit where they can't learn. And we all came through a different system where we learned how to do math like the way they did it when it was invented, because mathematics is an ancient discipline. And yeah, there may be another way to teach it, but if the kids can't add numbers together, all right, and multiply and divide and all that shit, because we're changing the system so much, maybe we need to step back, take a look at what's going on, and give everybody a fucking across the board evaluation and say where are we at with education. And look, I'm talking to teachers, man. I'm talking to school teachers. When I'm in my offices talking to people, I'm talking to all walks of life. And all I'm saying is this like Rude Jude said. Jude said it earlier, man. Everybody trying to find a safe space. Look, I ain't never had no safe motherfucking space, okay? Every time I get on the road, I gotta be aware. I'm a black man. When he looks in the window, he see black man driving this motherfucking car, and I best motherfucking be aware of that. Okay, that's the system I grew up in. All right, I gotta be aware. So I took that and ran with it. Well, I'm gonna learn to be aware. Period. Period. Meditate, pray, breathe, be aware. Look, that's not right. Look, that's not right. Keep looking. That's what it is. That's what it's forced me to do. And what I'm saying is that if that's the system that comes from the ancients, and nobody's utilizing that system for the most part, everybody's going off half fucking cocked, because as soon as a certain group of people have a bad day, they get villainized. And that leads to a country, what, full of prisons, jails, and funeral homes. Mental institutions work because the core problem is much deeper than prisons, jailhouses, homelessness on the side of the street. Well, nigga, you must be homeless because you're fucked up, right? Right? I'm just identifying the problem because that's what I do, so that we can all dig our fucking way out of this muck that we find ourselves in. I can't throw pills at everybody that comes to into my hospital that's mentally ill, because it's not gonna work. But it's a lot of people that do what I do that think it will work. And it's a group that know this whole attitude of villainize the person first, saying maybe we can balance that out, because that's what we're taught. I mean, the book says compassion and wisdom. It didn't say if. All right. And understand, I'm including myself in every word that I say. I have to. I have to. When I don't, I'm in a trap. It's a trap of misperception and delusion. And things are still all kinds of bullshit. I mean, things don't work. My ancestors in the tribal cultures, things. Look, I'm still learning about tribal cultures, okay? But let's just say the Native Americans in America in tribal culture, people were still fucking up. I don't believe tribal cultures have this perfect heavenly fucking existence. That's some bullshit, okay? But I think when your elders come through a certain system and they learn to look at the heart, they learn to really look at a person's heart and the mind, and they know the person's family, and they know that this person is not out here trying to hurt anybody, but things are fucked up. That's why it takes an elder, a sage, okay, to look at the scales and see, oh, this is what's wrong. This you need to go sweat. You need to go take some ayahuasca. You you need to go get on your knees and be quiet for about 2 weeks. You see, they can prescribe the solution because they can see the problem in the core. That takes a special person. That takes a person with a huge heart and a huge mind, and a person that recognizes the nature of their own being. And if we don't acknowledge that those type of people were always our leaders, and now they're not, then we end up with people prescribing solutions that only get us more sick. Okay? Look, y'all heard the man that invented the PCR reaction talk about Fauci, and it's right there on Instagram. Okay, and the PCR test is the test that we're using to diagnose coronavirus. Well, what did the person that made that test, invented it, what did he have to say about it? Oh, well, we don't like what he says. Just shut him the fuck up, right? I mean, ain't that what happens in America, right? Don't people? Oh, we haven't gone to countries and toppled their democratically elected leaders and had coups and shit and got rid of them. All I'm saying is that this is the belly of the beast we live in, bro. It's the belly of the beast, and we have to function on a level that is so high that it pushes us. If we choose to, it pushes us to where we need to be. But it's a collective push. It can't be the Lord, Duke, King, Queen bullshit. Everybody needs to collectively push together, and then the load gets a hell of a lot lighter. God bless. Namaste. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.